Mm. Oh my God. شهره یه مقدار آرومتر. شهره یه مقدار آرومتر. Hello everyone, my name is Kamran Akbarzadeh, founder of Dream Achievers Academy and author of Leadership Soup. Thank you for joining me for this webinar or masterclass. We talk about how to live a productive life and triple your results. You are all muted. I just wanted to let you know that if you have any question, you can put it in the chat box and I'll check them and answer your questions. To get started, I just wanted to share with you that why I started this masterclass. It's mainly because I felt that this is required at this time. I ran a survey among the people that I had on my list, and I asked them, what is your number one single biggest challenge that you are facing and is preventing you from achieving your goals and dreams? And based on the responses that I got, I noticed that there were 5 top challenges, I would say. So the top one, the number one among those 5 top challenges was self-discipline, and the second one was time management or lack of time. And that's why I combined the two together, and I called it Live Productive and Triple Your Results. That actually helps you boost your self-discipline and your productivity, and helps you to manage your time more effectively. And definitely this is something that is lacking in many of us, and that's the reason we don't achieve great results, because of our bad habits or because of the lack of focus. And the outline of this masterclass is as following. I'm going to talk about why you don't get what you want in your life. I'm also going to share with you why you should live a productive life and what you will miss if you don't live productively. And then I'll talk about the simple yet effective technique for boosting your productivity. And then a top strategy for tripling the results, or the good results actually, you want to get in your life, whether it's at home or at work. And finally, I'll close this masterclass with an opportunity of a lifetime that you may want to get a benefit from. So let's get started. Let me start with this question. Have you ever faced any of the problems that I'm going to share with you the next 3 slides in your life, whether in your personal life or professional life? Have you faced any of these? First one, are you tired of ending a day at work only to see how many things are still left undone? I faced this many times because we overwhelm ourselves with lots of tasks, and sometimes we don't even know what they are, and we just go through the day blindly without knowing exactly what we want to do, and the day goes by, and then it becomes night, and then we notice that we haven't really done much, or we haven't actually done the things that we were supposed to do. Those most important things we haven't done. We have just filled our day with some of maybe the tasks that don't really add a value. So that's one of the problems that you might have faced. The second one, not having enough quality time to spend with your family, with your loved ones and friends. And that's really one of the problems that happens a lot. And if you check with people to say, what do you miss most of the time, or what is your top passion, or what do you want to spend your time more with? The answer is with my family, or with my loved ones, or with my friends, because we are so busy that we don't really get time to spend some quality time with our loved ones. And that I'm a victim of that as well, because I made busy myself with many other things, and then I may miss, especially last year and the year before that, I missed that quality time, and Last year I attended a conference, and there I learned that really we need to create a balance, and we need to create that habit of spending time also with our kids or with our spouses or with our loved ones and friends. So that's the second one. What about this one? You have bad habits that make your life difficult, maybe even sometimes miserable. And the bad habits really are the ones that driving our life day in and day out. And as long as we are not aware of our bad habits, we cannot really make any change in our lives. The only time that our life changes for the better is when we replace the bad habits that we have with the good ones. And that requires self-discipline, and that requires making time for it, and that requires consistency and focus. So that's if you have faced any of these problems, it's really not a surprise for me, and you are not alone. This is something that is far more common than you think. Lack of productivity and lack of self-discipline. These are really very common in our lives these days, especially with this information overload, right? So we are overwhelmed and distracted more than ever. We are suffering from information overload and lack of focus. We get lots and lots of distractions. We get lots and lots of emails, hopefully not including my emails. And we don't know really how to respond to these sort of things. And every day it becomes even more and more distractions. So how can you really manage that? How can you really manage your time? How can you create more discipline for yourself so you spend more quality time on those things that really matter the most and those that can create 80% of the results you're looking for? Living in a world full of distractions makes it easy for us to lose our focus, get off track and chase something else. And this happens a lot. We start something and then we give up somewhere in the middle because we face an issue, we face an obstacle, we get distracted by something else, and then we chase that something else and we forget about what we had just started. And that's why many of us are good starters but not really great finishers. And as long as we cannot finish the unfinished, we cannot really have a more fulfilled life. And now with multitasking being going on right in our lives, we like to take more and more tasks to do at the same time. We want to text on the phone, we want to listen to others, we want to watch TV, we want to work with computer, we want to work, and that has caused our attention span to go down. And our attention span, based on the recent research, is currently 8 seconds, which is actually 1 second less than goldfish's attention span. And this is really surprising. And it's because we are now multitasking a lot. We are not focused on something and then finish it and do something else. And with this lack of attention and this low attention span, then self-discipline has become really a strange and difficult word for us human beings. We no longer tend to concentrate on what is worthy. We become bored at working towards our goals and waste our precious time with the hope that it would catch up later. This happened to me many years ago. 2005, I really had an idea of starting my business and grow it, write books and stuff, but it didn't happen. I just procrastinated and I said later and later and later because I was distracting myself with many other things. It didn't happen until 2009. So sometimes that happens because we just procrastinate and we don't want to really focus on something that we should focus on. And now, rather than leading our lives, we become slaves of our minds, and before we know it, we have stopped making progress, right? We are accustomed to TV, to newspaper, to bad news, to just following others and not really leading our own lives. And that's how we do not really achieve what we want to achieve in our lives. We don't get what we want. And that's really my purpose, part of my purpose, to help people get what they want by helping them focus and create new habits that help them become more self disciplined and also productive, and therefore achieve what they want in their lives. Now, let me ask you this question. How would your life change if you could live productive every day and go to sleep content with the time you had and how you spent it? How would your life change? What would it mean to you? What would it mean to your family? What would it mean to your social life, to your career? Right? If you had a more productive time, if you go to sleep and you know that you've spent your time wisely, and you have really worked smarter, not harder, that really would mean a lot. It might mean more time for family and more time for rest, for rejuvenation. It might mean less stress and better health, because when we have lots of tasks, we are stressed for completing those, or we are stressed why we didn't complete those, and that really impacts our health. So less stress, better health. It might mean more time to do what you love. Many people don't really love what they're doing. So bringing some of those things that you love to do and do it beside your day-to-day job really will help you to get a more fulfilled life. It might mean higher income, because when you have more time to spend on really important things, then you can attract more money, you can attract more income into your life. It might mean happier and more fulfilled life. And what is really higher than that when we live a more happy and a more fulfilled life? So it really means a lot if we can achieve a productive life, and if we can become self-disciplined to concentrate on those things that really matter to us. Now, you may ask this question: how do I increase my productivity and get better results, especially when I'm already working at maximum capacity, right? When I ran the survey, people said, I have shortage of time. I don't have time. So when you don't have time and you're too busy, then how can you increase your productivity and get better results? So that's what I want to answer the question. The answer, first of all, is productivity. Being productive means having the quality or power of producing and yielding results. Those are the results that you're looking for. Those are the results that add a value. It means being efficient by doing more in less time. It means working smarter, not harder. And now the question is, how can you do more in less time? How can you increase your productivity? By focusing on what you need to do and wasting little or no time. So the answer really is to focus. Focus on one thing, finish it, and then go to the next one, as well as creating great habits and replacing your bad habits with the good ones. Now, let me share with you why you should live a productive life and what you will miss if you don't. Because I know that after this class, you go back to your normal life, and then things may come back and the same routine comes back because you are accustomed to your habits, and your habits really create your life. So the question, the point is why you should live a productive life, and what if you don't, what you will miss if you don't. Now, I want to share with you a story, and it's called the magic bank account. And this is a story or a writing from someone not known. And this was found in the billfold of Coach Paul Bear Bryant in Alabama after he died in 1982. So it goes like this. Imagine that you had won this prize in a contest. Each morning, your bank would deposit $86,400 in your private account for your use, right? So you win the contest, you get a great prize, and that's it. That's this one. You get $86,400 in your private bank account every single day. But it has some rules, and these are the rules. Number one rule. Everything that you didn't spend during each day would be taken away from you, meaning that if you don't spend your dollars on a specific day, then you're gonna lose it. Second rule, you may not simply transfer money into some other account. You have to keep that money in your private account, in that account that it is deposited into. And the third rule is that you may only spend it. You cannot do anything else with it. You just spend that dollar. And the fourth rule is that each morning, upon awakening, the bank opens your account with another 86,400 for that day, right? So your previous day, whatever balance is reset, like zero, and then a new $86,400 comes into your account. The final rule is that the bank can end the game without warning. At any time, it can say game over, right? So it's not that you get it for lifetime. At any time, the bank may say no more, right? Game over. It can close the account and you will not receive a new one. So what would you personally do with this, right? With this prize of $86,400 every day deposited to your account, and you have to follow those rules to get advantage of that. I would say you would buy anything and everything you wanted, right? Not only for yourself, but maybe you use it also for other people, for the ones you love, for the ones you care, for your kids, for your spouse, for your relatives, for your parents, even for people you don't know. After a while, we spend and we say, oh, I don't have anything else to spend on, so let's spend it on other people, because you couldn't possibly spend it, right, on just yourself. And I would guess that you would try to spend the whole money, even to the last penny, every day, because you know that it would be replenished, it would be gone in the morning, right? So that's how you might play that game of the bank account. But now in reality, this game is on. This game is real. You may say, how come? It actually is like this. Each of us is already a winner of this prize. We just can't seem to see it. And that prize is the prize of time. 1. Each morning we awaken to receive 86,400 seconds, because each day is 24 hours, and that 24 hours translate into 86,400 seconds. And that's a gift of life to us. And then when we go to sleep at night, any remaining time is not credited back to us. We lose it, right? When we go to sleep and then wake up the next day, we get a new 86,400 seconds, and the balance is already gone. What we haven't used up that day is forever lost. And that means that yesterday is forever gone. What we have is today, now. Each morning the account is refilled, but the bank can dissolve your account at any time without warning. It may say game over. You have to leave this world, right? You don't have more time. And that is reality. So what will you do with your 86,400 seconds each day? Those seconds are worth so much more than even that the same amount of dollars that I shared with you. Think about it and remember to enjoy every second of your life, because time races by so much quicker than you think, right? So time goes by very, very quickly. And when we know it, maybe we have lost lots of time. And that's why it's really important to save time, to make time for those really important things that we have to do. And that comes by learning how to boost our productivity. Now, what will happen if you don't? If you don't really care, if you say, I just want to live as is, I don't care about not spending my 86,400 seconds, right? Because I get the next day, and I don't care if the game is over the next day. Guess what? All of us get that 86,400 seconds. And that's the reason why some of us are very successful and others are not really successful. And the difference is that those people who are successful, they use their bank account, they use that 86,400 seconds in their bank account wisely. They are productive. And the rest of us, we think we are busy, we think that we don't have time, and the thing is that we are not using our time properly. We just make ourselves busy. So what are you going to miss? You're going to really miss the valuable time, the precious time. And that's why it said time is gold, because if it's very precious, and if you miss it, you're not really going to regain it. And any day, your game might be over, and you might have to leave. So now I would like to share with you a simple yet effective technique for boosting your productivity. Are you ready for it? Okay, so I call this FMT technique. Now I put some, like for this acronym, I put some descriptions, right? Some phrases. Forget multitasking, focused mind technique, find more time, focus makes time, finish my task, finish main task, and free my time. You see, all of these, the first letter of each one of these makes that FMT. So just use whichever you resonates more within you. The one that I use for FMT technique is forget multitasking. That's what really drains your energy. That's what really drains your productivity. That's what kills your self-discipline. Multitasking. If we could focus on one single task every time for an hour or 90 minutes, and then finish that task or part of that task, and then take some rest and do another block of time for the same task or another task, then we are talking about productivity and use of time. So how does that work? This is FMT technique. List the task you need to complete for, let's say, tomorrow, right? So write down the task that you need to complete for tomorrow or even the rest of today. Which task has the highest priority to do, right? Which task you have to complete, and you say, if I complete this task, I have really done great job. It's about 80-20, right? Which task helps you to be closer to 80% of the result that you would get? And focus on that highest priority task to complete, and complete that before going to the second one. And then allocate a block of time, and I would say 60 to 90 minutes, with minimal distractions. Shut down your cell phone, no Facebook, no LinkedIn, and no other distractions, and just focus on completing that task. Do not move to the next task on your list until the highest priority task is complete. So that's the FMT technique. And I have graphed it here. And that's like a cycle. You list your high priority tasks, you rank them, you take the top one, focus on that top one, you complete that top one, and then you take some rest, and then you go back to your list and take the next highest priority. And what are those numbers at the top? 3 means 3 tasks for the day, right? Top 3. 1 means focused on the top one. 90 means chunk of 90 minutes or block of 90 minutes without distractions. Then 15 means 15 minutes rest after completing that 90-minute or 60-minute block. And then you go back to the next task. If your task is you know that it may not be completed within 90 minutes, then you put it as even your second highest, and you focus on the same task again and put 90 more minutes, and you will see how fast really you can achieve results. I've tested that. I put now on my schedule for every day these top 3 tasks, and I focus on them, and I have got great results compared to the past. And that's how I can really achieve a lot. And people ask me, how come have you made all these different sites, and you are active here and there, you've made products, you do coaching, you also have your work, how come you do that? The main thing is that the FMT technique that makes you really self-disciplined. Now, let me share with you a top strategy for tripling the good results you want to get in your life. I just want to see if you have any question. If you have any question, you can put it in the chat box and I'll check that. Okay, so let me just go back here. A top strategy for tripling the good results you want to get in your life. That strategy is habits makeover. Habits makeover. It's about replacing your bad habits with good ones. Replacing your bad habits with good ones. I know that takes time, and that's a bit difficult, and that needs effort, patience, and willingness to change, but believe me, that's worth it. In order to get the results you want to see in your life, those good, positive results, you need to change your habits from the bad ones to the good ones, from unproductive ones to the productive ones. If you triple your good habits, I can guarantee you that you triple your good results. This requires high self-discipline. This requires the knowledge of how to do it. And if you start doing something, let's say you want to quit smoking, if you do this and you really decide to do it and say I want to replace that bad habit one with awareness that when I achieve it, then I get much better results in my life, and you go for it for at least 21 days consecutively, then you will see that this new habit becomes now normal, and the other habit that you had becomes old and you don't do it. I've had lots of cases for myself that I decided to change the bad habit. For example, one is about walking. When I went for my physical exam last year, the doctor said that you have to be careful with your sugar intake, and also you have to take some time to exercise and maybe walk at least. And that became really something that made me more conscious and aware. Okay, I have to really change this bad habit of eating, having sugar, or having more exercise, bringing more exercise into my life. And that's how I decided to change that bad habit to good habit. And I stopped eating sugar, or at least taking much less sugar. I used to have lots of sugar in my tea, but then I stopped it. And that I did it for a few weeks. And after that, I noticed that really tea without sugar is also great. It tastes good. It's just how I was accustomed to it. And now I'm doing that. Meaning that I take no sugar, white sugar, or any type of sugar with my tea. Same thing with walking. I got a Fitbit, and then I have put a challenge for myself on my schedule, on my daily and weekly schedule, to have. I started with 6,000 steps challenge every day, 6,000 steps, and I had to complete it before doing anything else. And then I increased that to 7,000, and now I'm at 7,500 steps challenge every day. And that's become part of now my habits, my good habits, and I see great results. So if you really focus on doing this and do a habits makeover, list what bad habits you have and what you need to change, and rank them and see which one you have to take first, then do that for at least 3 weeks. To get good at self-discipline, you need to get good at controlling your mind and shutting down distractions, no matter how wonderful they might sound or look. That's really key. Sometimes we start something, we face a challenge, and then we become distracted. We go back to the bad habit because that could be more joyful, at least for a short amount of time. But remember that these are the things that come on your way when you start to focus on good habits. Problem is that if you are not really serious about changing the bad habit, that will come back. So shut down the distractions, no matter how wonderful the new opportunities may sound, or how wonderful the past bad habit felt. And I want to tell you, it's never too late to start, but it's always too soon to quit. Many of us start New Year resolutions with great intent. We have great intention. The problem is that after a while, we quit, and that's too soon to quit. But it's never too late to start, no matter what is your age or how much failures you've had. You can start today and still become much successful a lot. It doesn't matter where you're starting from in life, as long as you finish strong. That's maybe the take-home message that you want to have. You might have gotten distracted. You might have been derailed from your goals along the way, but that doesn't mean they're out of reach. You can really get back on track by bringing more productivity, more self-discipline into your life, and become more focused and committed. So wouldn't it be great if you had some more productivity techniques that would help you move forward, get things done more efficiently, and achieve your goals and dreams faster? I just shared with you a couple of techniques and tools, but I have a lot of other techniques and tools to share, and I have created a system for boosting your productivity and for living a productive life and tripling your results. And I want to help you make great things happen in your life. So wouldn't it be great if I share those with you? And my aim here is to help you, again, systemize your productivity and create habits that work for you naturally and automatically every single day. And the outcome of that would be you live a productive life and triple the results you want to see in your life. Yeah, after you triple the results, I'm sure you can quadruple it 5 times, 6 times, 10 times. It's just a matter of how you can create momentum. When you see doubling your productivity, tripling your productivity, then you create that momentum and make it even more and more over time. So I want to introduce you an opportunity of a lifetime that you might get benefit. And that's really something that I have gone out of my own comfort zone to offer to you. I've done lots of coaching, and I charge a good amount of money for the coaching. I do trainings, and normally the trainings that I have provided could be just a day face to face, but I stopped those and I'm focusing more on online trainings. But this time I decided to have live web trainings, meaning that I will be on the call like this one, for example, through webinar or web, and then provide training, and then we will have interactive type of training for the next 8 months. That's an opportunity of a lifetime. I may not repeat that, especially with what I want to offer you today. And this is a really highly special limited time offer that I have for you. The name of the live training program that I want to offer you is Live Productive and Triple Your Results. I just shared with you a couple of things today, but imagine that we have 1 hour every month for 8 months together live and go through exercises in between sessions, and you will see really how your life will change after 8 months. So this is something that I really decided to do this year, just as part of my own productivity and my own self-discipline and my own next level of teaching, training, and sharing with people. I want to combine training with coaching at the same time for a group of people like you. So it's a live training and coaching through web. It's an 8-month program, 1 hour each month, starting May 2016, just next month. Several tools, techniques, and strategies that work. I'll share those with you. We will have implementation exercises and action items in between training sessions, and you commit yourself to doing those, like exactly like coachings, that you create some action items for yourself, you go do them, you create a new habit and come back for the next session, and then we go through this for 8 months together live. Recording of each session available, so if you cannot attend one session or you want to listen or watch it again, you can do that. It's available on a private and secure site, plus one bonus session in January 2017, just to help you start your 2017 on a great note and make that year your best year ever. So here are all the 8 sessions. Session 1 is about your productivity and self-discipline lead. Productivity and self-discipline, each one of us has a capacity for it. And it's like having a lid on our capacity. So we cannot really go beyond that if we don't raise that lid, if we don't really upgrade our mindset about how to spend our time or what really are good habits or how to create good habits. The second session is about raising that lid, to upgrade your mindset, to upgrade your belief system. These 2 sessions on their own, really, they make a great change in you. And they set you in a way that you really get back on track and you are really ready to change your life for the better. Session 3 It's about habits makeover. I just shared with you the one top technique or strategy for tripling your results is about habit makeover. But how do you do that? What sort of habits? How can you rank your habits? Which one to focus first? What if you face challenges? So we work on those in session three. And then in session 4, we talk about productivity boosters. What are those tools? What are the techniques that can help you boost your productivity, to double your productivity, to triple your productivity? Session 5 is all about time management. How can you manage your time effectively? How can you save time? How can you create time? How can you reduce the loss of time? That's about managing your time. How can you create schedules for yourself so you know that by the end of the day you have done what you were supposed to do? Session 6 is about tripling your good results. That's really the intention for this training. How to triple your results. What are the tools and strategies there? Session 7, live a productive life and get what you want. That's about now living every day productively and getting the results that you want. Imagine that you can do it every day and live productive. And finally, session 8 is about your long-term productivity roadmap, short-term versus long-term. Okay, so what do you want to see yourself in 3 years from now? And how you can use what you have learned in the past 7 months to achieve that? What is that roadmap to get there, right? So we create that roadmap for you so you know what you're gonna now take, how you're gonna live your every day productively and to create the life that you always wanted to have. And as I said, there is a bonus session that is like 9th session in 2017. So you may say, okay, how much is the price? The value of this training program, like that 8 months of live training, the coaching, all the interactions in between with the bonus sessions, is $2,500. That's the total value of this program. Now you may say, okay, so how much should I pay? I charge $497 for this. Now you may say, okay, so is there any discount? That's what normally we face when we present something to prospects, to people. So is there any discount or is there any special offering? I say, yes, there is. If you register, you will get that for $297. That's the special offer. But still there is more. For those who are listening to this live masterclass and also those who will listen to the replay of this masterclass, I have this highly special early bird price for only $197. You see, this is the value that I want to add. That was my decision to push myself, to get out of my own comfort zone, to create really something for the first time that I want to be there full-time, live. It may create some pressure for me, but that's fine because that's the commitment that I'm making. That's part of my own growth. And I want to put it out there for only $197. And that's for 8 months of live training with me every month, 1 hour, as well as all the exercises, the worksheets, communication in between, and the bonus session in 2017. That is a really highly discounted pricing. And on top of this, just to really clear your doubts and make it really very, very easy for you, I want to offer you 100% money back guarantee. I want to create the best training for you, and also I'm going to record that in order to have later to have it as an online training. So I want to really create a great product, a great training, and I want to give you this guarantee that if you invest in this, which is investment in yourself, in your life, I want to guarantee that if after that 8 months of training with me, you are not satisfied with the training and with the results that you're getting, I'm going to return to you your $197. And that training would be just free for you. This is the I would say the best guarantee that you can find. 8 months of training with me, only for $197. You go through the training, you really attend all the sessions, whether live or the replays. You do the exercises, and you have to do them in order to be qualified for, let's say, at the end for this guarantee. And then after at 8 months, you come back and say, really, it didn't add value to me and I want my $197 back. I will do that. That's how I guarantee this training. So if you are ready to take the next step, if you are ready to really change your life for the better, if you want to commit to your self-discipline and create a productive life and live productively for the rest of your life, say yes to this investment. And I have right now a banner will appear here that I'm just going to have this present. Okay, so you will see now this on the right side of the chat. It's, I think, above the chat box or on below the chat box. And I appreciate if you just click on sign me up, right? And then you will go to the payment side, and that's it. $197 for 8 months of training. And it's 100% guaranteed. You cannot get better than this one. And I see from use great feedback as well. Thank you, Ali, for your feedback. How to get rid of the bad habit. I wish I could this great technique. Yeah, for sure you can, Ali. And this is just one of the techniques. And remember the acronym, right? Forget multitasking or free my time. That way you can really break down the big things to smaller ones, focus on that small one and go one after the other. Massive success comes from just taking small steps one at a time. Finishing each step, you build like a staircase to great levels of success. That's how your life changes. So if you're ready, take that action and click on sign me up, and you'll go to the payment. And if there is any question, you let me know. The replay will be available in few hours. You can watch it again, and definitely again check for yourself, see if this is something for you. I will say over 95% of people are not productive. It takes time, it takes effort, and having someone beside you that has gone through that is going to be really helpful. Now, combination of training with coaching at the same time is even more powerful, and that's what I want to create. And that's not for self-discipline, but I have also a similar type of training for self-confidence, increasing your self-confidence, for clarity on your dreams, getting what you want, and finally 4, achieving financial freedom and securing your financial future. So if you have interest in one of those as well, I can also provide you information on those. So with that, we have about 10 minutes. If there is any other question, let me know. Otherwise, I hope that I'll see you soon in May for our live training together for 8 months, each month 1 hour together, and then lots of fun activities in the middle, so that every month you create a new habit for yourself and you get familiar with some great techniques to really take yourself to the next level, whether it is personally or professionally. We know that right now the economy is going through downturn, and that's one reason that I have really reduced this pricing for those who have difficulties in let's say finding their a good job, or they have just lost their job, just to help them become more self-disciplined. Because sometimes really the reason we are laid off is because of lack of productivity, because of lack of self-discipline. And the techniques that I share with you really will make you more productive, and you'll see that maybe repetition or that cycle of losing the job doesn't happen anymore. So with this, I encourage you to take action, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot for attending this masterclass, Live Productive and Triple Your Results. And I wish you great success wherever you are and what you do. And I hope that we will work together for the next 8 months and even beyond that. And hopefully you will get great results out of your life and live a productive and successful life forever. Bye for now.